It's not easy being green. That's what they're saying about the She-Hulk show, which now the excuse is that it blew its budgets. It used a little bit too much of that green. Somehow, we're not sure how the CGI could have been so obscene if all of that money was being spent. Surely it could have been spent on making the show look better. Every single episode of She-Hulk, turns out it was more expensive than a single movie called Godzilla Minus One, and well, you saw how that looked. But I'm not sure that's the real reason that this show is being canceled. Join us today in this video as we explain what really went down behind the scenes with Disney Plus and Marvel as they send yet another one of their MCU characters packing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not even a show that Mark Ruffalo could save. His virtue was not enough. And, well, we are stuck with a She-Hulk, which is probably not ever coming back. It is hugely disappointing to all 5 fans out there, but we will dry your tears. Folks, we're going to explain exactly what happened, and we will hold you no longer. Let's go to the panel right now. She-Hulk star suggests the Marvel show won't be coming back for Season 2. And, folks, if you've been following along with the Marvel Mayhem, you know that just in the past few days, IGN somehow got their hands on a deleted scene from the Marvels, i.e. Disney must have given it to them. And Marvel is just in an awful place right now. That deleted scene, I can't figure out why they handed it off to anybody to show, but it had made it so far that it was post-produced and everything. And it's incredibly inappropriate. Michelle, you and I talked about that situation. Now we're going to talk about this new situation. And folks, you won't even believe some of the people who are coming out against Marvel now in light of these horrible decisions they're making. Let's go to the clip right now of one of the latest Marvel critics.
I'm single.
Jump
Oh, you might want to trip in.
And see, kids, that's why we don't go watch Marvel movies. I told your parents not to take them. That Valkyrie, she's a creeper. You stay away from her now, you hear? And don't go to any more of those MCU movies, or else I won't even give you a sucker no more for it. They're dirty. They're dirty movies.
So there you go. Valkyrie is a creeper.
It took me so long to realize that that was not actually a clip from Family Guy.
That's right. Well, it's Valkyrie is a creeper. She's the new villain because she makes a strap-on joke to a minor in a show. And YouTube, you can get mad at us for saying it. You can do whatever. We're literally covering a Disney clip that is out there that's on YouTube. So you take that down first.
Hashtag blame Disney.
That's right. Amy West, the author behind this article, She-Hulk star suggests the Marvel show won't be coming back for Season 2. Jennifer Walters actor Tatiana Maslany has weighed in on the likelihood of a second chapter. The big news here is not that that there's no second season. We've all known that. The big news here is the excuse. So get ready for that one. Bad news, She-Hulk fans. It doesn't look like the Marvel show will be back for a second season, and half a dozen folks around the globe cried. With Loki Season 2 having just aired and Moon Knight's next chapter officially on the way, Jennifer Walters enthusiasts were keen for more green. No, that's a Kermit reference. I don't think so. I think we blew our budget, Tatiana Maslany said, and Disney was like, no thanks. While Marvel has never disclosed the exact figures, She-Hulk's budget is estimated to have been around $225 million. Wow.
Yeah, $100 million of that for Megan Thee Stallion to twerk.
In other words, folks, a single episode of She-Hulk is more expensive than Godzilla Minus One. Now, the excuse is that they blew the budget. I don't think that's why they canceled the show. I want to go to the panel and find out what you all think. Is it because they blew the budget, or is it because they blew the audience? And no, that's not. Not any kind of. I caught it before I said it.
What do you mean? You said it and then you caught it.
No, she's green.
The show sucked. The show sucked, and nobody.
Now commence Operation Vacuum Suck. Suck.
Yeah,
you said the magic word, Valiant.
Yeah, it's Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow. Look, the show was terrible and nobody watched it. Period. End of story. That's it. If it had if they had put that show out there and they had spent for 8 episodes, if they had spent 50 to 75 million on it, this would have gone on. But the fact that they're spending this much money to make this trash, that's what's killing it. That's what's always killed it with Disney. And they get stubborn. And again, the only reason that Disney can continue to make this garbage is because they have big revenues and profit margins from theme parks and linear broadcast, which I know we were talking about earlier with the whole ESPN and Peacock. Yeah, it's all moving to streaming, folks. Times are a-changing, and this is why Disney is feeling the crunch more now, because the cushion, the cash flow cushion that they've had from these other business units that I just mentioned are not as big as they used to be, and they're feeling it everywhere. So I'll leave it there. But I do have to run. I'm going to let y'all carry on with the conversation. I got to get back to the day job.
We only hope that your running is better than Ezra Miller's in The Flash.
Oh, wow.
And,
oh, God, that is a low standard. Wow. Thanks so much for that.
Pull a Tom Cruise. Get out there and really use the arms.
I'm going to try. Keep watching, guys and girls. Thank y'all for being here. I'll see y'all later.
Pro, we do have someone else joining us. Maybe we could table this conversation.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, boy.
Tommy
Thanks,
Tables,
Jonas.
welcome aboard, sir.
Hello, hello. How are you guys?
Doing well, doing well. I want to go to Michelle. Michelle, when it comes to She-Hulk Season 2, She-Hulk was supposed to be a major tour de force, bringing women into Marvel. That did not happen. It's been a number of times now Marvel has failed at this, and all due to quality, and all due to trying to propagandize rather than making strong, powerful, amazing women with great backstories. They just want to rip off the men. So you get Girl Thor, you get Girl Loki, you get Girl Hulk, She-Hulk. Michelle, are you at all surprised that She-Hulk Season 2 is no longer happening?
No, and I also want to say I've got to sadly jump off after I speak. Something came up and I just got a text that I'm going to have to go faster than I even thought. But no, I'm not surprised at all. And what's sad about this is, again, as Valiant's kind of pointed out, I believe there's two big problems with Disney. Disney has a budget problem. Everything they do costs way too much, which just puts it at a place where it's easy to lose money and not be successful. And then secondly, they have a writer's problem. Because I have heard from several of my guy friends and in this community that it seems that a lot of men really actually, even though she's a derivative character, it seems I've heard a lot of men really like the She-Hulk character.
Yes. Well, she's also generally she's generally drawn in a way that is pleasing to the male eye.
We did.
I figured. And what's disappointing for kind of both is it's kind of like, I mean, they're obviously in the world as big as Marvel. There's obviously space for female-led shows, but they can't write a good character. And I remember back, Valiant may know more than me. I remember when on Netflix, when the first season of Jessica Jones dropped, I believe it was one of the highest viewed shows at that time. That was back in like 2014 or so, but it did like huge numbers for Netflix, is what I recall. And overall, both male and female like really enjoyed the show that watched that, because I mean, you had a good casting and Kristen Ritter, you had a great villain and David Tennant, and you had a well fleshed out character that both that women could relate to on what levels, and that men enjoyed watching because she had struggle and had things to overcome, and it was a very interesting show. And sadly, Marvel doesn't. They kind of just take the cheap way with things. And really the cheap way is just bad writing at the end.
Hand-me-down heroes.
Yes.
They'll fix it in post, as it were.
Yeah, that just doesn't work. And unless Marvel fixes the writer's problem, honestly, it doesn't matter if it's a female-led thing or a male-led thing. The movies are just not going to, TV shows, they're just not going to be very good. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
Michelle, it kind of reminds me of Disney goes to Goodwill and they grab a male superhero costume and they hand it to a little girl, and the girl says, "That's a boy costume. I want to," and they're like, "No, you'll wear it. You'll wear it. You're Girl Hulk, She-Hulk, whatever. Wear it." And they don't put any more thought into it than that. It's just the Mantle strategy.
Yeah, and I mean, what you're left with is, for the most part, I mean, obviously I'd say there's some people who enjoyed it, but for the most part, you're just left with, whether it's a male audience or your female audience, no one's happy, because at the end of the day, it's just not a well thought out, well plotted character and story.
All right, that is it for today, folks. We hope you enjoyed it. We saw this coming. You saw this coming. The mainstream, the drive-bys, maybe this was news to them. But we're here to tell you that there's just no way that Disney can continue to take these sorts of losses with Disney Plus or at the box office. The Rey movie looking more shaky than ever simply because how many more She-Hulks can they have? How many more Marvels can they take? How many more Indiana Jones and the Dials of Destinies can come round? Well, we're going to find out because next year is the year many of Disney's movies finally come back to the box office. Only 3 this year and very few shows. But 2025 will be a great barometer of just how badly Disney can fall. All right, folks, it's time now. Click like, share, subscribe, and when you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think about all of this. Was it the budgets? Was it too much green CGI? Or was it perhaps that awful, awful twerking? And folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.